Chapter 852. At that time, a young UK boy was madly pursuing her. Out of anger and because she simply wanted to forget her past as soon as possible, she decided to accept the other party's pursuit. Both of them got married quickly, started a family, and had children together very soon. That UK boy was very kind to her and he cared for her throughout all his life. However, Nataria had always been unable to forget her ex-boyfriend even after more than 20 years had already passed by. When she looked back on their history, she realized that she had been too arrogant in the past and that was the reason why she was fooled by others. She realized that her roommate did not come to her just because she wanted to confess her mistake and ask for her forgiveness. In fact, although her roommate told her that she hoped that she would not mind this matter at all, she was secretly hoping that Nataria would mind it and take the initiative to back out of her relationship so that she would willingly hand over her boyfriend to her. She was too young, too arrogant, and too focused on the principles of life and the purity of feelings in the past. That was the reason why she gave up the man that she loved and pushed him right into the arms of her roommate. Nataria's married life had always been very painful for her because she was obsessed with Trump as she still had feelings for him. Her husband loved her very much and she also fulfilled her obligations and responsibilities as a good wife. She had never betrayed him and she always took good care of her family and children. She also helped him a lot in his career. However, deep down in her heart, Nataria knew that this was just her way of living with him and supporting and respecting him as her husband. Although she was really very grateful to him and she respected him very much, he loved her but she did not love him at all. This loveless marriage lasted for more than 20 years until her husband died of cancer. Nataria took care of her husband wholeheartedly until he was buried after he passed away. After her husband was buried, Nataria suddenly felt that her heart was very empty. At this time, she realized that she had already completely fulfilled all of her obligations as a wife. She had been virtuous and loyal and she had always cared for their entire family, from generation to generation with all of her heart. After her husband passed away, Nataria suddenly realized that she should be living her life for herself. Therefore, she decided to return to her hometown. In fact, the person that she wanted to see the most when she returned to Japan was Trump, who she had handed over to Elaine on her own impulse. However, Nataria really did not expect Trump to be so unhappy with Elaine. In Trump's words, he had not felt any happiness at all for more than 20 years of his life. How much hardship had he suffered in his life? Even though she did not experience any true love for the past 20 over years, she was very fortunate because her husband really loved her and treated her very well. Even if she did not love him, she was still very happy. Trump also felt very melancholic at this time. For the past 20 over years, he had always regretted drinking too much and getting drunk that night. For the past 20 over years, he had never loved Elaine, and he had not experienced or felt any happiness with his family at all. He had been obsessed with Nataria for more than 20 years, and after seeing Nataria again after more than 20 years, he could not help feeling very regretful when he saw her elegance and scorching demeanor. He should have ended up with this perfect, humble, intellectual, and understanding woman. He should have already spent more than half of his life with her. But why? Why did he miss out on someone like her, only to end up with someone like Elaine? At this time, Trump felt as though he had missed out on the whole world.